Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? I gotta remember to look at the camera. I keep looking at the screen. Anyway, your friendly neighborhood conservative, this guy, ex-con. Yes, Fernando Rivera Jr. With the common sense and random shit show, because it is what it is. A shit show. It's what it is. Yeah, anyway. Whoa. My little light almost fell. That would have been funny. Anyway, breaking news. This may not be the channel for you. I don't bring you any current events, but I do share stuff that I look up. Conservative channels post memes, funny stuff, making fun of the democraps, libtards, the left. Because it is what it is. They're very easy to make fun of. Just saying. It really is. Two genders. Just gotta get that in there. Anyway, happy Wednesday, everyone. Almost didn't make it today, even though there's like one person watching me, and it's probably myself. Because I always watch myself to co-witness. Just in case something goes wrong. And I forget to turn the mic off like I always do. Fupa. It always happens. Because it's me. I don't know. I'm prone to accidents. Anyway, like I was saying, most of the time I share links. Actually, all the time I share links to everything that I share. And as I said, it's very easy to make fun of them. So I'm here to try to bring some light into your morning. Share funny stuff that's out there. Give you my 2 cents because that's all it's worth. Nobody really watches me, if that. And let's see. I mean, most of these videos I don't watch, especially the funny ones, because I trust in their content. So I just like to share their shit. Sorry. Get them more views and do something a little different than anybody else out there. I'm not competing with anyone. I tell you, I'm sharing. They're great. These guys are awesome. But anyway, and then we get into the nitty-gritty. Why aren't they asking? That's the title of the show today. And when I say they, I don't mean any, what is it? Gendering or whatever the F they call it. I mean they, like the Democrats. Why aren't they asking about the walkaway? Hashtag walkaway. I have a few walkaway videos that are not crazy long, that are very interesting. I believe they're recent. I talk about walkaway all the time because I can't really say that I walked away from that side, the left, the crazy people, because I never really was. I just had TDS for my own reasons because I thought the media was just a media. Didn't think there was left wing or right wing. And I didn't know about that. I just thought they were all truthful. So I did my own research. And the walkaway's been out 6-7 years, run by Brandon Straka. If you haven't heard of him. Very interesting. Real life Americans, ex-Democrats that explain why they're walking away. And the videos I'm sharing these for a reason, not just because they're short. It's the people who's talking that I can relate to. Just saying. We'll see about that. But anyway, let's get down to the funny shit. And then get into the nitty-gritty. And as usual, hey, why is my phone shaking so much? My computer shaking so much. I got to do something to make it more sturdy. I think it's the table. Anyway, like I was saying, let's laugh with meme. The left. Crap, I forgot to set it up. It's just, yeah. Anyway, like I was saying. Hold on a second. Solo dolo by myself. You gotta laugh with that shit. The shit that's going on because it's funny. It's comical. The left is comical. This alligator Alcatraz thing is kind of cool, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then Trump is like, they can get away. They just gotta run and zigzag. They can't run straight. They still get eaten. Yeah, New York is crazy. I was watching videos the other day of people actually defending the communist statements this guy makes. It's just, they get what they deserve. I'm just saying. I mean, as Dan Bongino used to always say, is it bad enough yet? Apparently in New York, it isn't. It will get there soon, especially if this guy becomes mayor. Just saying. It is what it is. Anyway, because it's all ridiculous, obviously. Ridiculousity. Just saying.
Do you believe that America should be a colorblind society? For instance, should people be treated differently based on their race? It's just a yes or no question.
It's not a yes or no question. People should receive the services and the support and the remedies that are owed to them.
That they should be treated differently based on their race.
They should receive the remedies that are owed to them because of the systemic racism and injustice.
Do you believe that race should be considered in employer hiring practices?
I do not believe that white people are the only qualified people for.
I didn't say that. Nobody said that. And you're not going to intimidate me by slandering me as a racist. I'll take that as a yes. Which race do you think should be preferred?
I do not think that a single race should be preferred.
You just said that you believe that race should be considered in employer hiring practices.
Formally,
who
as a
gets
matter
to
of fact.
determine which races are preferred? If two different children are applying for college, let's say one is white and one is black, and there's one slot available, should they be evaluated based on the same objective criteria? Test scores, for instance.
Yeah, no, I can't answer that question for you as a proponent of holistic admissions.
I'll take that as a no.
You're a fraud, a total fraud.
I do not believe white people are the only qualified people for.
I didn't say that. Nobody said that.
Bruh. I'm just saying. Come on, let's be real here. And then he was dressing all white. What's he trying to be? Who's he trying to be? What is it with these cornballs? They're all cornballs. It's just major poop on his face. Just saying. Some funny shit watching Brendan Gill, man. I've watched this guy. Guy tears into these guys on the left. I'm saying, guys and gals, two genders. Just saying, have to repeat that over and over to make sure you know where I stand when it comes to that shit. You got a dick, you're a chick. You got a penis, you're not from Venus. It is what it is. Anyway, I've mentioned before, do your research. You know, there's a couple of channels that I watch, and they can't stress it enough. You know, don't. In my opinion, and honestly, I don't think it's just an opinion. It's a fact. The liberal media lies. All the acronyms. ABC, CBS, DNC, CNN. They're all liars. I'm not saying Fox is perfect. I'm not saying Newsmax is perfect, even though I haven't watched them in a while, but they're more conservative. I don't think there's any liberal people on there, but the difference between watching liberal media and conservative media is conservative media is willing to have a conversation with a libtard. And they don't embarrass them. They just point out facts. Liberal media, when they have a conservative on there, they try to attack, try to prove somebody wrong, never knowing facts. They're always looking stupid, proven wrong. Scott Jennings, Captain America of CNN, proves it all the time. All the time. Guy's become a superhero over there. I'm just saying. Holy shit. But ground news, they don't pay me. Nobody does. I make no money out of this. But as I said, DeVory Darkins, a few others mention, you can go to them and then go through them. I don't care. Like I said, I don't expect anything in return. But Babylon B, one of the videos I shared yesterday or the day before, I cut the clip to show just that. So if they get all the credit for it, I don't care. Like I said, I'm not here to try to push everything my way. But check this out. You know what I'm saying? I would if I were you. But Babylon B kind of says it right.
There's a lot of news bias out there, but you can weed out that bias by using Ground News. They're a website and app that gathers news from around the world and the entire political spectrum, so you can compare the news coverage and make your own conclusions. Unlike typical news feeds, Ground News shows you the full spectrum of coverage. Take a look at this story about a top MS-13 leader arrested by U.S. authorities in Virginia. Ground News shows that over 200 outlets reported on this story, with 33% of the reporting coming from the right-leaning outlets, while only 18% of left-leaning outlets covered it. Right-leaning headlines emphasize more details around the arrest, highlighting that the individual was a kingpin and one of the top 3 MS-13 leaders, while left-leaning headlines were more vague and skeptical about individual arrest, calling him an alleged leader. I mean, personally, I like to know the bias of an article before I even read it, and that's why I appreciate Ground News. Scan the QR code or visit ground.news/Babylon to subscribe. Join over 1 million people already using Ground News for just $5 a month. The link is in the description below.
Like I was saying, do not expect anything in return. I just like you to be informed. Do what I did. Nobody paid me to show this. I didn't pay anyone. During COVID, I was never a liberal, but I was a TDS. I thought CNN was telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? All these other liberal hacks were telling the truth. I didn't know. So I had TDS. I hated Trump. I thought he was a racist. But, I found out for myself. I didn't know about Ground News. So what I'm pretty much saying is do your research. Do it yourself. I mean, if you were like me and don't really have a reason to hate them or hate Republicans or conservatives just because of whoever says, do your own research. And you'll figure out for yourself. You have common sense, you'll know what's bullshit and what's not. Anyway, let's get to some funny shit on X because I like it. Some of it's funny, some of it may be breaking, but let's visit. What do they have today? Let's find out. Let me see what is this? Delusional liberal man wants to split the country 50-50 between normal people and liberals. What's your response? Let's see what he has to say.
To hell with it. I'm just going to say it. We need to split the country in half. All the progressive, liberal people that want to unify on one side, and all the white supremacists and conservatives, Republicans on the other side. Let's just split this shit up, all right? Obviously, we ain't never going to agree. Obviously, if y'all want to be white supremacists so much, how about y'all have y'all side and y'all could be white only? I mean...
Okay. I was going to let the first time go, but then when he said it the second time, I swear to God. So I'm a white supremacist. Okay.
I mean, I know that, some of the Latino for Trumps and the blacks for Trumps that want to go on that side, do whatever you want with them. But then we can have the other side and we can all live in peace. We'll build this big ass fucking wall that Trump keeps talking about, but instead of putting it on Mexico, we'll just split it right down the middle of fucking America. That way, we ain't never got to talk to each other ever the fuck again. Because you motherfuckers is delusional. You can't take accountability. But you think that we're soft in all it is, but you keep running from us. Man, fuck out of here, man. Let's split the country in half.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think you got something there. Let them kill each other. They're the ones that are violent. Sooner or later, they'll get tired of each other. Just saying. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Anyway, Babylon B. Pride parade followed closely by disinfected. I can't even say it. Disinfected parade. Check this out. This will win. The big beautiful bill has broken Grandma Karen. Let's hear her out. Look at her. She's freaking losing her mind. I want to hear what she has to say. Let me rewind this.
You just couldn't call, could you, Magus? You just couldn't help out a few thousand or million people who are going to go hungry and are going to live in the fucking street. Thanks, MAGA. Thanks a whole hell of a lot. Because most of the goddamn people live in your fucking state.
What news network you think she's watching? Want to take 3 guesses? You'll probably be right. All right, let's talk here. This was from the other day. This isn't breaking news, like I said, but all that shit, doom and gloom, talk about from the liberal media, sometimes they got to admit when they're wrong. Not really, but libs of TikTok, thank you. This is from June 30th. And this is actually CDNC, whatever they call it.
Look how much we've been collecting in revenues. And I did this in part because Wilfred's here and he can talk about the UK trade deal. But just this is the monthly number.
CNBC forced to recognize that Trump's tariffs have brought in over $121 billion to the U.S. without imposing a burden on the consumer. It's almost like the experts were wrong.
And they have gone up a lot. June is actually set for another big increase of $27 billion. That is money coming into U.S. coffers from tariffs. We are collecting a lot of revenue. So far, guys, $121 billion has flowed into the U.S. government since the start of the fiscal year. It's still a tiny portion of the overall revenues that the U.S. government gets, but it's increasingly a lot, especially we haven't seen it in terms of the consumer paying off higher inflation. Look how much.
You gotta love it when it's so much good that they can't help admit it. Okay. What the hell? I'm not even going to play that. All right, let's see there. What does this one say? The newest conspiracy theory on TikTok is that ICE is loading up illegals on cargo planes and tossing them in the ocean. This is Trump derangement syndrome, level 1000. Hold on, I got to rewind this. Holy shit. Somebody actually believes this?
Guys, they're throwing the deportees out of the planes and into the ocean. No, this is not a drill. No, this is not fear-mongering. They're shackling people, flying out into open ocean and throwing them out, okay? The flight patterns, there's people tracking them on this app. The flights going out with the deportees, watching them go out to open ocean and circle back. A family in Italy saw 5 shackled bodies wash up on the shore. No, but seriously, on everything that you stand for, whether it's bullshit, consumerist propaganda, or actual leftist good values, or whatever the fuck it is you believe in, things are getting serious. I know I'm a small creator and the likelihood that I am shadow banned is very small, but I'm telling you, I'm fairly certain I am shadow banned because I talk about this stuff. If you look at my like to view ratios.
Okay, seriously though, TDS to the umpteenth thousand. Okay, I want to see this guy. What does this guy say? This liberal snowflake is very upset about the opening of Alligator Alcatraz. Hold on a second. What does this guy have to say? Let me rewind this. Are we having fun yet?
Alligator Alcatraz is a violation of human rights. There's no way to argue that. Building pop-up trailers in the middle of the Everglades, dubbing it Alligator Alcatraz, and then housing 5,000 immigrants in these buildings when there's no running water, there's no air conditioning to combat the excessive heats that actually happen in the Everglades is absolutely a crime against humanity. Because in case you didn't realize, the Everglades has temperatures of 105 to 115 on an average in the summer. Florida is a hot state. The reality of it is this: locking up immigrants without due process.
What is it about the left and immigrants? We all know why. Voters! Come on! It's freaking obvious. Voters, they can control and have as slaves. I mean, come on. If you don't know that, you're a freaking idiot. Hold on. Oh, look, it's finally July. Yes, it is. Gay pride, get out of here. I can't stand her. Was there something? Hold on a second. Watching a new TV show, hoping it doesn't get woke. First half of the series. Oh, look, it's pretty decent. Second half. I hate that shit. It was a couple things I recently watched, and I was like, okay, gotta go. Can't watch this shit. Anyway. These people with the Alligator Alcatraz. Whatever. Breaking, 28 illegals arrested in work strike raid at Buckeye. What does that say? Buckeye Fire Equipment Company in North Carolina. Many face allegations of aggravated identity theft. Now imagine that. They're not criminals.
Federal search warrant to search the premises. So whoever that needs to be, I need to go ASAP.
It's whatever. Put them in all Alcatraz. I hope more states open prisons like this. That would be the shit. I would love to see. There's probably going to be videos of guys trying to escape. I get eaten. Faces of death. Sorry. I don't condone people getting eaten by alligators, but it'd be kind of cool. Just saying. Anyway, let me get rid of this. Yes, solo dolo by myself, doing everything. So it's going to be shaking. It's going to be rattling. It's going to be full pause because I'm going to mess up. Anyway, is this the end of this video? It is what it is. So, as I was saying, let me make sure I got the right one here. Okay. These are ordinary Americans. You know, I like to make fun, laugh, entertain you. But for those of you who have never really watched Walk Away, or you think some of the videos are too long, or here and there, you know, they have an app. It's pretty cool. And I would help. I would help this app grow. I obviously can't myself, but I'm pushing them because these are real Americans. I'm just saying, check these guys out. This is very interesting, hearing these people out.
Hello, I'm that registered Democrat that voted for Donald Trump. I keep on being asked if I voted for everything that's going on right now. And my answer is yes. I voted for Doge. I voted for tariffs. I voted for mass deportations. And I even voted for the big, beautiful bill. Now, the one thing that I'm beyond disgusted by are my Democrat representatives and senators. Yes, I'm referring to those same Democrat representatives and senators who could not stand up to acknowledge the bravery of a 13-year-old boy with cancer. I'm talking about those same Democrat representatives and senators that went to a foreign country to fight for someone who is not their constituent, to fight for someone who is being tried in U.S. courts for human trafficking. I'm talking about those same Democrats, representatives, and senators that right now are fighting for illegal immigrants to get Medicaid and benefits paid for by U.S. taxpayers. I finally get it. My Democrat representatives and senators could care less about my family. We're a family of 4 with 2 children with autism. My 6-year-old daughter with autism has a speech impairment. She was placed on a waiting list for her speech therapy, while the children of illegal immigrants are fast-tracked through our system. But those are the priorities of my Democrat representatives and senators. They don't care about my family. They care more about the struggles of illegal immigrants than the struggles my family is going through. There's American families that right now are dealing with diabetes, with children with cancer, with children with autism. There's American families that right now are dealing with homelessness. But my Democrat representatives and senators are out of touch. They no longer care about American families.
Just saying it. You know, the thing with obviously with the kid with cancer, JD, is it JD? DJ, sorry. I should know this. They couldn't even find it in themselves to clap for a kid who just was cancer, brain cancer. And next one.
As a black man who's been told his entire life by Democrats that Republicans are pure evil, I'm now going to share my top reasons why I am no longer a Democrat. Democrats, for some reason, love to take the side of ideas and thinking that make absolutely no sense. Example, any issue that is an idea or way of thinking that is an 80-20, they always go with the 20%. And what's crazy, the 80% will be right in the mother. But just so they can make it seem like they're ahead of the curve, man, they always go with the 20%, even if it's dead wrong. Always. Reason number 2. Democrats do not believe in having a rational, reasonable conversation if you do not agree with them. And I'm sorry, but that's just not how human beings work. We are meant to have discourse and conversate and learn about each other and disagree and agree when we feel that way. And at the end of it, we go, hey, so where you want to go eat? That is the human experience. And I'm sorry, Democrats right now, it seems like all they think about is, oh my God, he disagreed with me. Oh my God, he doesn't agree with me. Oh my God, he disagreed with me. I'm sorry, but I cannot be a part of a party that's doing that, because that's not a party. That is a cult. And I don't want nothing to do with that.
Just saying. You know, about a year or two ago, at one of my jobs, 3 jobs, there was this one kid, I believe he's an ex-Navy guy. You know, and it kind of surprised me, you know what I'm saying? Because politics is brought up. I don't like to talk politics at work, except for one of my jobs, because everyone there is, most of the people, the owners, this is where I'm at now, are conservative. They're Trumpers like me, which thanks to them, because they told me, you're smarter than that. Please don't hate without knowing. And I did my research. But he said some dumb liberal shit. And then when I said, well, you know, I threw a couple things at him, his words were, oh, politics. I love arguing politics with somebody on the other side. Now, something that simple pissed me off. Someone with my past, ex-gang member, ex-convict. It kind of pissed me off. So I was kind of a smart ass. And I made him feel like a jerk. Because I literally was like, oh, you do you. Okay. I love to make assholes look stupid. I actually was longer than that and said a lot more. But I said it laughing in a very, like if I was joking and, hey, pal, chum. But I pretty much disrespected the guy without actually disrespecting him. And that conversation ended because he had no words for the things that I told him. All conservative views. I don't remember the whole conversation, but I know that I don't think that guy ever talked to me after that. But anyway, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. If I like you, I have a big teddy bear. I have a big heart. I'm a caring person, but if I don't like you, F you. And go croak. I don't care. I'm just saying. Especially when when you're with the bullshit for no apparent reason or for a effed up reason, and ignorance. No common sense. Anyway, next one.
Man, let's stop this narrative, man. That only rich, white, old people voted for Trump. You see it. I even got vote for felon t-shirts. You understand? You know why I voted for my man? Because he the only one talk about men. Only talk about men. Everybody else is single women. It's women with children. That don't make this country move. Men make this country move. We the ones paving roads, building bridges, doing plumbing, fire department, police. Stop it. Stop it. I'm a straight black man, 43, from Washington, D.C., man. Stop it, man. I know what's up. I am not fooled by the shenanigans. Send them all back. I can't go to somebody's country without documentation and think I can just chill over that junk. And then they mad that black folks ain't engaging into they protesting. Man, stop playing, man. Man, stop playing. And every black folk that's still voting Democrat, you about as dumb as you look. How you still screaming for the same equalities that you've been voting for since 1955? They've been marching since Martin Luther King. It's 2025 and black folks still screaming my equalities. Guess what you should have did? Took your ass to school. Guess you should have did? Paid attention to school. Guess you should have did? Tried harder. Not be a follower. Be a leader. Be something other than a goofy, a gopher, a fall for anything. Get your mind right, yo. You can feel how you feel about old take money. Built like that. But I know what's up, man. Man, I'm shouting out the whole Republican Party. I'm shouting out Donald Trump. God bless America and everything that come with it. Yeah, this country have done tremendous damage to my people. My mama, my grandmama, even my great-grandmama from Savannah, Georgia. So trust me, I know. But at the same time, I also know that when we was out there, when we was fighting, when we was getting abused and everything that came with it, we were still doctors. We were still lawyers. We were still pediatricians. We were still firefighters. We still had our own black Wall Streets no matter what they try to do to us. So stop the cap, grow up, get your mind right, and everybody screaming about this protesting, we ain't tripping. My voice to y'all, black folk, mind your business. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Let them Bammers get what they deserve. They voted and thought it was gonna affect us. They thought that we was gonna get deported. How we gonna get deported if we black Americans? Explain it to me. Cool, respect, don't have to. Y'all stay dope, stay out the way. God bless America.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The beginning of that video, I was like, whoa, okay. Even though it kind of lost me a little bit there, but it is what it is. American. Anyway, I think I have two more. Sorry, just sharing some shit that's real. And it is real. People, Americans.
I'm really starting to hate the Democratic Party, man. Because it's like whatever Trump do, they going against everything what he do. I done heard that every general that's not in the military, that's not even serving anymore. So they ain't got nothing to lose or nothing to lie about. I done heard almost every military, former general, sergeant, all of them from the military, top ranks, saying that Trump did the right thing. All of them. But all the Democrats saying he didn't do the right thing. That's his thing. That's why I say all these generals, even the H. McMaster guy, who Trump fired, he even got them and said it was the right thing to do. But again, you got all these Democrats saying that wasn't the right thing to do, this and that. So basically what? Let them build a nuclear weapon and see what happened then? How stupid is that? So that's why I'm really starting to dislike the Democratic Party, because they going against everything this man did. And trust me, again, I'm not a Trump supporter. I didn't vote for the motherfucker, honestly. I voted for Kamala Harris. But how the y'all going against everything this man do? That is crazy.
Yo, I didn't watch this video. The ending of that? I'm just saying, guy go for Kamala, and he's saying this shit because it's common sense. What is it going to hit these people in the face? Look, man, if you're against Trump, you're against our country. How can you want our country to fail, man? This is me, an ex-convict, ex-gang member. I don't have voting rights. I don't have a lot of my rights. Well, Second Amendment rights, which I did, trust me. But either way, how could you go against this country, man? How could you want us to fail? You're a piece of shit.
You weren't always a Republican.
No. Actually, I come from a family that was like super Democratic. My first time voting, I voted Democrat. I voted for Joe Biden.
What about Trump appealed to you?
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, part of it is he's an asshole. I like authenticity.
You voted for Obama then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. But 2020, you voted for Donald Trump. What made the change?
I began listening to someone. Her name is Candace Owens, and I read her book, and it just opened my eyes to maybe he's not this person that I have been led to believe that he was.
So you voted against Trump in 2016.
Yes.
But then in 2020, you voted for him?
Absolutely.
Why?
I saw how things were going during his first term, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was pleased with what was happening. I saw the economy getting better. I saw country relations in certain countries getting better.
For me, I like the border. I just don't like the idea of someone coming here illegally and getting benefits that can serve my community. So that's the reason why I support him on that border policy.
When you think about the border, you think about people coming here who are getting more help than people who live here and who were born here.
Yeah. And I got that perspective not from news channels. I got it from social media. TikTok is like a holy grail. We even see it with the things that we learn about the United States government outside of the United States. People are showing Americans, hey, look at what's going on. Do y'all know that your government is doing this? Have you seen this? Have you looked at it from this perspective?
You know, people, when they think about a Trump voter, they usually think about like a white dude with like a red hat on and a pickup truck. And y'all are not that at all. So.
Just saying, stereotype, that's what they want you to believe. But what I love most is that POS Van Jones had to interview these people. I believe this, that looked like it was a few years old. I got that from the Walkaway channel because it's kind of goes hand in hand. But I'm sure he felt like shit was on his face and did not expect that because, we're not all hicks with red hats and trucks. I don't even have a truck. I have an SUV that keeps breaking down on me. That rhymed. Yeah. Anyway, like I said in the beginning, all these videos have something in common. What is it? They're all Black Americans. They're all minorities. Listen, my thing is this. I don't understand the minority thing when I've never understood that. So what does that minority mean? Is it a race or is it financial status? Yes, I get what it means literally, but I hate saying that word. You know what I'm saying? When talking about blacks or Hispanics, minorities. It's just 2025. I mean, really? Hispanics and blacks are minorities? Financially? Maybe. In the minority as far as the income status, but as far as population, I don't know. I don't like using that term, but all Black Americans. The first one maybe was Spanish. I'm not sure what he was, but it's kind of a whoop-ah in the Dems' faces, isn't it? All these people saying what they're saying and people not realizing they're facts. It is what it is. And this is why I believe they're not asking why people walk away, because they don't care. They don't care about Americans walking away. They prefer to fight for illegal immigrants that are being taken away because that's their voting base. Let's be real, that's what they wanted. Genius I am not. Common sense, yo tengo. I have. Just saying. It is. what it is. Whatever. Anyway, this next video, I'm not sure if it's real. I saw a couple of people post it. I tried to look it up. I didn't have enough time to do it before. Whether this video is AI or not, someone let me know. I don't know. If you know more than I do, enlighten me. But truth to power, facts from one of our greatest presidents ever, other than Trump, Reagan. This is very interesting. Like I said, I've seen this several
You ever notice how every time a Republican takes office, the Democrats start acting like it's the end of the world? I mean, the minute we cut taxes or trim the budget, they start screaming that the sky is falling. Now, don't get me wrong, I admire their consistency. If the stock market surges, they say it's just helping the rich. And if it crashes, they say, yep, that's what happens under Republican leadership. And don't even get me started on foreign policy. A Republican president could be shaking hands with world leaders and signing peace deals, and they'd say, it must be appeasement. But the minute there's tension overseas, they rush to the nearest camera like it's Black Friday saying, see, we told you the world would catch fire if he was in charge. Now, I've always said, it's fine to disagree on policy. That's democracy. But if your best shot at winning is hoping the American people lose, well, maybe you're in the wrong country.
It is what it is. If you're going around with flags other than American flags, burning the American flag, get the F out. I can't, it drives me nuts. Gays for Palestine, knowing that they'll die in Palestine. Queers. Woke. Gender dysphoria infected. I'm a man. I'm a woman. Even though they're not. Vice versa drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Insane. Insane. You know what else? I did this yesterday. Where is it? They're not just insane. They're stupid. Oh, shit, you can't see it. What an idiot. Anyway, poopa. I should have done it in the face of them. But anyway, guys, what am I doing here? Okay. This is why I say, why aren't they asking? Because they don't care. If it's Americans that are switching sides, they don't care. They just care about the ones that are being taken away. The illegal ones. Ones that they use to heat. Won't say it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all of you. Love you guys. Please stay true to the red, white, and blue. Let me get this ready. I never get this ready. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Sorry. Let me make sure that I'm almost ready. Stop! Anyway, as I was saying, thanks for watching. Please check the links in the description. They'll walk away, DeVory Darkins, Brown News. If I haven't put that link yet, I will. Do your own research. Don't be a piece of shit. Don't want Trump to fail. Because if you do, you don't love this country. Plain and simple. Genius, I am not. Common sense, yo tengo. Just saying. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please follow. I'm streaming on Tree, like my Tree jobs, PC Book, X. I kind of like X lately because I get a few more viewers. And Rumble, if you don't have Rumble, download it. Great app to have. I want to run my conservatives. No censorship, no bullshit, no muting. A lot of energy. I haven't drunk enough coffee yet, but I'm still having fun. Anyway, July 4th is around the corner. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm not sure. July 4th, maybe not. I'll be on. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't even know what I'm talking about yet. Anyway, peace out, everyone. Yeah. Did I push play yet? Ah!